I the asshole for refusing to let my husband pull $14,000 out of my account without signing a contract? Disclaimer, this is not my story. I, female 36, have been married to my husband, male 42, for 2 years. I've never been married before him, but he was married twice and has 6 kids. He requested our finances be split up, which was fine with me because seeing how he blows through his money is so frustrating. He says he has kids, commitments, and has to provide, but I don't think the kids would need that much money to live like the other kids. His bank account is always almost empty while mine has over $20,000 in it. We take turns paying for daily expenses and stuff. Lately, he's been struggling with money. He borrowed from a number of people, including my own brother, about $4,000 from him just a week ago. He just seems really desperate for money. I asked him what the deal was, and he said that he needed the money for the kids, which seemed fishy since kids don't really need that much money for their expenses. His oldest kid is 16. He then came and asked me to borrow $14,000. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my husband pull $14,000 out of my account without signing a contract? Disclaimer, this is not my story. He came and asked to borrow $14,000 from me, pull it from my account, and put it into his. I tried asking him what he needed the money for, but he said it was none of my business, then insisted that he'll return it ASAP. I said okay, but under the condition that he'll sign a contract stating he'll return the money in full. He acted all shocked and offended, then went on about how I don't trust him and his word. I told him that's all I got and this was my one and only condition. He kept ranting about how I'm refusing to help and making the situation more difficult for him instead of cooperating. I insisted on a contract to be signed before he even pulls a penny, and this morning I told him this one more time. He blew up and said that we're family and that I should be ashamed for involving courts and lawyers between family things. He left the house and was so upset he hasn't responded to any of my calls yet. So am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for reporting my son's therapist for sharing private information with his stepdad? He pulled out his phone and showed me texts between him and my son's therapist. So basically, the therapist was giving out private information about the stuff my son said. I was even more floored. I went straight to the therapist and we had an argument. I told him I was going to report him after he defended himself, saying the reason he told my son's stepdad was because he was concerned as a parent. I said I didn't care what the justification was and went on with my report. My son's mom called after she found out about the report and blew up on me. She called me a controlling asshole, and my own wife thought I made a hasty decision.
Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend I would not coddle him every time he overthought something and hurt his own feelings? For some context, I, 22 female, met him, 27 male, at a bike event. We had a lot in common and I really like him. Here's the thing though, emotionally we are polar opposites. I have lived on my own since I was 16 and am very antisocial, like only go hang out maybe twice a month type of antisocial. I enjoy being alone. My apartment is my safe place where I can be alone and be in solitude. I'm a very blunt, unfiltered person, mainly because I lack empathy and I really don't know how to sugarcoat anything. The other day we were about to watch TV when he says, "You're on my side of the bed." I said, "No, you sleep wherever I graciously let you sleep." I laughed. I say things like that all the time. We often joke like that. Anyways, he says, "Okay, I'll just go to the living room, watch TV." In a lighthearted way, I said, "You got the better end of the deal anyways. That TV is..."
Am I the asshole for wanting my girlfriend to pay me for staying home with her son while she goes to work? We have a 10-month-old together and moved in with her mom when we found out she was pregnant. She works a corporate job and I work for a small business owned by my uncle. Our son is in daycare 4 days a week and my girlfriend's mom watches him the other days. But like any baby, he gets sick and we have to stay home and watch him. My girlfriend had 3 months of maternity leave and my uncle gave me 2 weeks of half-paid leave. All of my PTO days except for 2 were used to stay home with our son. My wife also gets a lot more sick and vacation days than I do. We also have separate finances. Anyways, there's been a bug at the daycare and he's had to stay home for 5 days the past 2 weeks. I've stayed for 4. Am I the asshole for wanting my girlfriend to pay me for staying home with our son? Because I'm out of PTO, I asked that she either stay home with him more often when he's sick or pay me for staying home. Since our finances are separate, I feel she's prioritizing her career over us. She got defensive and ranted about how she feels marginalized at work already and doesn't want to get overlooked for promotions. She said she feels constant pressure because she doesn't want to seem less devoted because she has a kid. She said her money is our money and it's not her fault that I ran out of PTO days. She said we're saving by living with her mom, and since she earns more, she should be the one working more often. Also that women have sacrificed their careers for decades so men can go to work. Am I wrong?
Part 2, telling my wife she'll respect our daughter not wanting to meet her girlfriend because she made it this way. So I talked to Harley's mom, and I said that 1, she needs to go to therapy with someone who doesn't choose someone's side and someone who helps her see the point of view, but I'm not willing to do that with her, and that's something she needs to do on her own. 2, if she continues this, you ruin any chance with her, and as a mom, she made the decision to protect her, not be the reason that she needs protection. 3, I hope that 1 and 2 sunk in because I'm not going to be here to pick up the pieces for her shitty behavior. And now more than ever is the time to redeem herself, if she even can, because we are absolutely getting a divorce. The most I can say is, it was not taken well. I talked to Harley. I explained that we're getting a divorce. None of this is on her and it never was. But she needs a choice not to deal with this anymore. And I want her to do the little things and feel free to bring around anyone she wants to and not be worried of her parents' reaction. I said this doesn't mean that the relationship is over. I'll still be right here with her to try and redeem any relationship with her mom if she wants me to. But it's no one else's job but her mother's to fix her issues. I said again this wasn't her fault, and it was my fault to go on with this. She was sad at first, but she came to terms with this. I stayed in a hotel for a while, and Harley had some fun with my brother. I got a little house quick, and quickly started moving everything I could. Harley got to decorate her new room. I got her into therapy too. Her mom is still swearing that Harley is going to hell. Harley needs confession. She's insulted and cursed Harley in person, then tried to act like a sweet, caring mother in text and voicemail. She tried saying that I'm the abusive one. She said that I was forcing her to like girls. She said I was going to hell. A shit father and husband. Threatened to take Harley away permanently and much more. I think she took this as a challenge. As I said before, I gave Harley the choice to stay with me or 50-50, etc. With her age, there's a good chance that she gets to choose, especially given the circumstances. I think she forgot what it was like to not walk on eggshells. After a week, she said that she thinks she wants to stay with me and just visit her mom with no sleepovers. I've seen a lot more of her girlfriend around the house, and it's clear that Harley's much more comfortable in her own skin and sexuality. Things are still hectic, but are looking up. I, 16 male, was born to my mom when she was 15, and I've never known my real dad. My mom didn't drop out of school or anything, and the year after I was born, she started dating Jack, and when they went to university, I obviously got left behind with my grandparents. Mom and Jack got good degrees, got married, and moved to a city by Vancouver. My mom's always been in my life. She would still come home every weekend just to cuddle me, and she would always give me these nicknames, but calling me her special guy would be her favorite one. She'd always bring me back presents and gifts and spend the whole time playing with me. She's the one who paid for my tutoring and after school stuff and would try and make it to games and stuff like that. Jack wouldn't always come with her, but it was always fun when he would. He's taken me fishing with him a lot of times, and we even went camping for 2 weeks together once, but never again because I hate camping. However, when I was 10, my mom and Jack had a daughter, and then another girl 3 years ago. I don't really know them, especially because my mom stopped coming over as much after they were born. We don't cuddle anymore. We did that on my birthday, but that's it. No more cute nicknames for me except special guy. It's like they all got transferred to her daughters. No more gifts, and the worst part is she doesn't come to my games anymore. It was okay with me before, because they still had a spare room in their house, and I could go there when it's time for university. Yesterday, my mom FaceTimed me, and she had a big announcement that she was going to have another baby, and it was a boy, and now she'd have 2 special guys. I guess she saw how sour my face was because she asked what's wrong, and I don't know, I just admitted how jealous I was that her daughters got so much more, and now her son was going to get her, and there wouldn't even be space for me when I had to go to university. And I guess what I said affected her because she started crying and wouldn't stop, and I had to hang up. My grandparents are mad that I made her upset and think that I don't value them now or something. Jack phoned me and he's mad because my mom thinks it's a mistake now to have another kid, and also mad at me because he was like, why would I ever think that they wouldn't have room for me? I feel like I really messed up by telling her that, and now here I am at school, and I can't stop thinking about it.